Hi guys, most of you saw this blending tutorial, but Anim Mod Tool got updated for 5.7 and 5.8, so I decided to record completely a new blending tutorial since it's one of the main features and the most complicated one. So after you open Anim Mod Tool and select blend with other, you will see this target asset. You can just pick one from the content and put it here, or you can select from the list or search. Then you will see the target speed that it shows 0.5 because this animation is 30 FPS and the source one is 60 FPS. Also, you can see the timelines here. This is one that represents the target and this one represents the source. You can see that the source is much longer, and this blue timeline shows the blending of the animation. So you should think of these timelines as the source one is the main and the target is the secondary if we are using the vertical blend. This one's selected by default, but you can see right now that it plays like a horizontal blend. It plays the target first and then it plays the source. So that's because the filter bone is not selected yet. For vertical blend to start working, you need to select from the spine, since it's not since the pelvis is the parent bone, so you need to select the spine as the lowest one. Now you can see that it plays the target on the top and the source is always the bottom. So this bottom timeline is the main one, and if you shorten it, it will shorten also the target. But since this animation is much longer, it only starts affecting target at this point. As you see, you need to think of this gray line is total animation length and the blue line is blending length. So basically, if we put this blue line at the middle of the source, you can see that it plays the source and then it will blend right in the middle, and then it goes back to the source. This is short because it's much longer animation. And here, if you increase or decrease the speed, like if you increase the speed, it will play the target much faster. Let's blend from the beginning. You see the target plays too fast now. And if you decrease the speed, you will see that this is actually not covering the whole target. You need to increase the source. Now the whole target is getting blended because the target is playing at the lower speed. Every time you adjust the speed, you will see the frame number here. So the faster the speed, the lower the frame number. Same goes here. You can start blending from a certain point. You can end the blending at a certain point. Same goes to the target. You can start blending the target at a certain point. And the ending depends on the ending of the source, because the source determines when the blending should stop. So right now only a short part of the target is blended. Or you can, blend this part of the target animation. It goes straight to the punch, you see. Actually, yeah, we need to increase this one and also increase this one. Okay. So always keep in mind that source is the main and the target is the second. See that the new addition is also the loop target. So because this target is a lot smaller, you can loop it throughout the source animation. So it says 6 times. If we are increasing the speed of the target, you will see that we have now more room for 24 loops. So basically, as you see, you can loop 24 times here. If you are making it slower, then there is less room for the loop. Next option, you see the static frame from target. That's the old feature. That's basically picks one frame, and you can now drag the start of the frame and pick the position of the target that you want to blend throughout the source. Now the whole source animation will use this pose. So this is useful if you want to pick for some, let's say, some hand position or head position or whatever. So you can pick any animation that has some position that you like and just blend it. All right, let's put it back to the spine. Let's deselect this one. This is start smooth and end smooth. Basically, you tell it how many frames to blend in the start of the blend and in the end to make it smoother transitions. So right now, the blending starts right at the beginning of the source, so it will not use this. But if you are, let's say, dragging here, and you will see that it will go smooth into transition. And this one is for the ending. So when after it blended, it goes back to the source smoothly. This depends how smooth. Yeah, just keep in mind that those frames will be eating out both this and the target and the source, so it kind of takes it in the middle. Well, it depends what kind of graph you select here. All right, let's go next to target curves. This actually, I made a separate tutorial covering those features. If you see the latest, this one, you can also watch that one if you need more information on that. It also covers these new features, but I'll just explain it shortly here. The target animation, this one, the one we selected, has morph target loops, some facial animation here, not really visible though. When you're blending this type of animation, you can select this use target curves. It will also blend the curves. You will see this curve data now. If you deselect this, you see there is no curve data. So you can include this, or even if you just want to transfer a curve data without any target animation, this will ignore the animation itself, only will blend the target, the curve data. So the facial animation here. So right now, it only blends at the beginning here, but you can also loop this information. So it will be looping as it would loop the whole animation. So if we deselect this, we will loop the animation and include the morph curves of the target. So the next option is the horizontal blend. It's pretty much same as the sequencer, but it has a little bit more options here, and yaw offset to adjust the position of the animation. So as you see, we have this root as the matching bone. Let me see. Let me put the bones here. So at the transition, actually let me put the target first, since it's a shorter animation. And at the transition, you see now it matches the root position. And you can also pick the pelvis or any other bone, but usually the best working is the pelvis or the root. And the pelvis is needed if you don't have the root motion on the animation. You can just pick the pelvis and it will match the pelvis position. And but your final animation will not have root motion anymore, and you will need to use the RMFX tool or any other plugin that creates the root motion. Alright, so we can use the root here because both animations have root motion and it can match the root position. But as you see at the transition, the feet is not actually transitioning well because they rotate. That's why you can use this yaw offset to rotate the character at the better position. but the best is picking the right spot to blend. Alright, so this option, keep the new yaw trajectory, is we rotated it 39 degrees, and now you will see that the next animation will be pointing different direction. And if you want to keep the same direction, you can uncheck this and you will see that it transitions and then rotates like this. So what you can do is you can, because it's a target first, now the end smooth will be the blend start. This will determine the smoothing here. So the 20 frames from the target and to the source will be blended. Now you can pick, let's say, a little bit different pose, like not from the start of the animation, so we can pick a better pose. And we can actually shorten the target's position. Now inside the horizontal blend, the target does not depend on the source, so now you can manipulate them separately. Now you see that how the smooth transition is if you pick the right position and the right trajectory here. Yeah, so you can play with it, you know, experiment with it. There is also an option to extend your source animation, like loop them. So I added it into the make loop. So inside make loop there is also a horizontal loop blend. Now you can loop your source animation up to 10 times, and you can see that it will extend your animation 10 times maximum. If you need longer, you can just bake it and do it again. Also it has yaw offset in during transition. So basically if you set this, let it calculate a little bit, it will rotate every time it makes a transition. You can also shorten your animation at the beginning or at the ending. And use smoothing between the transitions. This begin blending and begin ending. So at the beginning it will also use this, and at the ending it will use this one. If you will be making this as a looping animation, you might want to keep it, but if you don't, then you might want to disable this, because otherwise your animation might be sliding in the beginning and might be sliding at the ending a little bit. I actually explained it in this tutorial. I'd have some more information for you guys, but anyways, I think I covered it pretty much everything here. The blending, I'm not sure if I covered this. You can also pick the final FPS and just bake it as a new animation. So if we bake it, now you see the new animation here. And if you want to change the FPS of the animations, there is also this free animation wizard plugin that I uploaded, and it's really easy to work with. Just pick any FPS and it will convert your animation to it. Alright, I hope you liked the tutorial, and if you do, please leave thumbs up, comment. If you can leave a review on the store page, would be awesome. Thank you guys.